snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys! So I am here today to do a book review, and the book that I'm going to be reviewing is The Written, book 1 in the Emaneska series by Ben Galley. This is a self-published and self-produced series, and I have had my eye on this series for a very long time. The covers, as I'm sure you guys will agree, are just superb. They are stunning, they are beautiful. I love the illustration style on these. I just think they are so pretty and so well produced, and they just stand out really well. So I've been meaning to pick these up for a long time, and I've had it on my Kindle for a long time because I believe you can get this on your Kindle really cheap. So I've had it on my Kindle for years, and I only recently picked up the paperback edition because I felt like it was just so high quality production in that all of the pages are really thick, they're really good quality, and the cover is just beautiful. So I wanted to own a physical edition. Even if I didn't like the book, I love the cover enough that I wanted it. And luckily I did really enjoy the book as well. So I'm very excited to be doing this review, and let's get into what this is all about. This is Ben Galley's debut book, and I think you can tell that in that some areas of the book are slightly clunky, but that wasn't a big detraction at all. That was just more about him kind of finding his voice, and I feel like as the series goes on he will do that. I really enjoyed this because there are so many magical elements that are thrown into the story, and I know a lot of people might think there's too many, but for me, magic and magical worlds need to have magic, and I think it's great when a magical, fantastical world has all of these kind of really cool things. We've got vampires, we've got werewolves, which are not your stereotypical really annoying angsty teenage werewolves. This is adult fiction, so it's not that, which was very good. We have dragons. You all know how much I love dragons, and the dragons in this book made me very happy. I thought they were very well done. We have mages, we have elves, creepy prophecy, voices in your head. We've got a big epic journey, we've got the bad guys. There's a lot of cool stuff in this book, and there's a lot of magic. The whole foundation of the world within this book is built around magic. It's built around everyone being magical. There are a lot of mages, especially our main character who is a very badass mage. He has a lot of power and he's very badass. Like, he is pretty unbeatable from what we know of him. The story is just filled with all of these fantastical magical elements that make it really action-packed. There's always something going on, there's always something new to discover, and it's all focused around the idea of the Written, hence the name of the book. The Written are basically this group of sort of very elite mages who have a book tattooed onto their back, or a page of a book tattooed onto their back throughout this extremely excruciatingly painful procedure where they get this tattooed onto their back. Their whole back is covered in words, and if anyone reads a page of the Written, if anyone sees these people and they read the page on their backs, they will go completely insane. It has runes and magic imbued in the pages on the back of these people, and you can only really survive this ordeal if you have a really resilient, very strong mental capacity, and you're very intelligent, and you know about all of the rigours and the challenges that are going to face you when this whole thing goes down. So it's a pretty elite group of people who are in the Written, and they're all pretty badass. But our main character is called Farden, and he is a member of the Written who's always been a little bit of an outsider. His uncle was one of the best Writtens there was until he sort of went completely insane. The problem with being a Written is that it can play on your mind, it can turn you insane because of the amount of power that you have, and because of the fact that some older Writtens had multiple runes put into the book, whereas nowadays they've realised that the more runes you have, the more likely you are to go insane. So even though they're slightly less powerful, less people go insane. But Farden was one of the last people to have multiple runes, and so it's a really interesting point of view because he doesn't want to go insane like his uncle, but he has the capability to do that or to not do that. We're not sure which way it's going to go. And he kind of is a strange person because he's always been a bit of an outsider. He's always kind of secluded himself away from the others that he knows, and he has a love interest, which I found really interesting. I liked that he had a love interest from the start. It wasn't like a stupid romance that was ongoing. That sort of thing annoys me, but that he already had a love interest when we met him, that was fine. He walks the line a little bit between getting discovered because he does some things that are not necessarily looked kindly upon by the rest of the Arc mages, who are in the written and just generally are mages. Basically, he gets involved with some pretty nasty drugs and things like that, and he has to kind of take a look at himself and decide he needs to sort out his life, because in order for him to be the best person and the best written that he can be, he needs to kind of evaluate what's going on. And the whole story begins when we find out that there's been a robbery from the library and some of the scribes and scholars there have been killed. We don't know exactly what it is that's been taken, so we have to find that out. And then once we find it out, we need to send Farden, our main character, off on this epic big adventure for him to go and talk to some other magical beasts and get them involved and try and find this thing. I'm not going to say any more than that because otherwise I would give it all away, but honestly this is such a fun book. It's just filled with magic, it's just filled with fun and vibrancy and cool characters and kick-ass action scenes and amazing moments of wisdom, all kind of combined into one. So it's a little bit chaotic in places, but I love that. I thought it was really well done, and I've already ordered the second book in the series. I'm very much looking forward to getting to it. So of course I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I would highly recommend it. If you guys haven't ever heard of Ben Galley, definitely check out some of his stuff. I know he's got a new series that is currently about to be released, or the second book's about to be released maybe, so definitely do check out some of his stuff if you haven't before, because I really enjoyed it. I definitely plan on continuing on. If you guys have read this series, then do let me know your thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear them. Or if you are just interested in picking up some of his stuff, again, just let me know and let me hear your thoughts, because I'm always interested to do so in the comments below. And thank you guys all for watching. I will see you all again soon in another video. Bye! Me and you gonna have a little chat.